Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Our last guest is a middle school teacher in Queens, New York, who also has a tutoring business and a strong point of the growth of her students. They use it all the time. So please welcome to the show, Victoria Morris. Victoria, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? So,
Good.
when did you first want to become an educator and help people get what they need out of life?
Well, I did go to school for it.
Uh-huh.
I always wanted to be a teacher, though. I think my family always says I was bossy.
Uh-huh.
So I always knew I wanted to be an educator. I just wasn't sure what grade level I wanted to teach.
Oh. All right. So tell us more about some of the wonderful things that you're doing. You have your students that you teach, and then you have a tutoring business also, right?
Yeah. So I'm working on my master's right now in English education. I did my undergrad in childhood 1 through 6. So I just transferred over to teaching middle school recently, and I just had a love for reading. So I decided to further my education in English, teaching English.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So what schools did you go to? Did you attend?
I attended Queens College for both the undergrad and my master's.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah. I know it. That's right off the highway right there, Queens College. I used to do a lot of parties over there, and
Oh,
they were a major supporter of my foundation to make the great foundation for education. So we love what you do. What were a couple of challenges you faced in the classroom, and was it difficult to resolve? What are some of the things that you had to do to iron things out?
in my first year of teaching, it was a lot of fighting in the classroom, like physical fighting, which was very challenging. The kids' language, it was hard for me. I was like, when I was in school, nobody cursed or, said any foul language. But these kids nowadays, they're exposed to so much that I think that was a challenge for me to transition and also to help them to build relationships with each other. And then when I transferred to middle school as well, they have a lot of arguments and it interrupts the lesson. So I think that was a big challenge that I had in the classroom. But with
Yeah.
time, you get used to the children and they end up relaxing a little bit, less
Yeah.
aggressive throughout the year.
Well, Victoria, what are some of the things that you do? You have any secrets that you use to try to quiet the classroom down just a little bit?
I let them take breaks. Surprisingly, they like when you are like, oh, you don't have to do any work right now. Just
Uh-huh.
calm down. Baby them a little bit, even though they act like they don't want to be babied.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
so
I just give them.
you know what to do then.
Yeah,
It works
I have
for you?
to know because they sometimes think I look so young and I'm so nice. And when I get strict on them, they're like, "Oh, you're being so mean."
Well, wait a minute. Victoria, do you use some of their lingo?
You have to. You have to. I'm as I get older, it's harder to keep up, but I can talk to them and ask them to teach me, and then they're surprised when I use it.
Yeah, yeah. So what are some of the words that you use? Because
Um,
there's something called the identification technique. Sometimes you have to get right down in there and say, all right, this is what we're gonna do. They're gonna say, oh wow, she's all right. She speaks our language.
yeah, I try to keep up on TikTok, but a lot of times I'm like, "You're bugging. Go sit down," and they're like, "Oh,
Uh, they go like, hey, wait a minute.
yeah, thanks."
Yeah. Sometimes I use that too. A lot of people speak in the auditoriums. They come up with a suit and tie and everything. And that's good. I like to do that too. But sometimes they just get loose and get casual and stay open like this program right here and
Exactly.
go right in and use some of the words that they use. But then
Mhm.
come out of it with, what I want to tell them. And
Yeah.
I guess that's how you have to approach it. Now, how do you manage positivity with Christianity on a daily basis? Because you're Christian, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So
Yeah.
I definitely need it when I go to work every day. I definitely journal a lot.
Uh,
I try to in the classroom I try to use calming music. But for me personally, I love listening to gospel and it helps calm me and focus me. So those are the things I definitely pray all the time throughout the day. Because I definitely need that when days get challenging.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? How do you deal with the separation of church and state?
It's difficult for sure. I think I just let the kids know because a lot of times I'll say Jesus by accident in the classroom. I'm like, Jesus help me.
Uh,
And there's sometimes they'll hear me and I just have to say, well, this is what I believe in, but you have other religions that you or belief systems that you have, and you can pray to that person or, that God as well. So
yeah, you should bring a boombox in there and just take them to church. Bring the
really
pastor in just for, don't tell anybody, come, here's what we're going to do. Close the door
annoying.
and just take them there. What they need to know, you have to have faith in what you do and faith in God, to help you through with everything, So, yeah, I mean, you can throw it out there. I do it all the time. I don't care too much about the separation of church and state. I'm just going to let them know that, it's important to know this.
Right.
This is what's going to help you every day,
Mhm.
and even let them know that, hey, it's time to pray. You got to pray. Ask God for
Yeah,
what you want. You need some help? Ask God. What is your
definitely.
favorite thing about tutoring?
I got into tutoring because I noticed a need of like one-on-one help. And in the classroom, it's very hard. You have like 30 students. One year I had 32 with different languages in the classroom,
Wow.
different needs. So I noticed that the kids really need that one-on-one attention. It really helps them. So I decided to in my free time and on the weekends to tutor as well. One thing that I noticed that the confidence that they have once they start to get the work, they start to understand. It's like a light bulb goes off and they get so excited. One student I tutored, he was like, I don't understand this. This is boring. And then I noticed he stopped saying that as we started to continue sessions months down the line. And he got so excited when he passed his test, he would text his mom to send me the passing test, the 90s that he was getting. So he was so excited. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
really
good.
encouraging for me to know that.
Sometimes that's a crutch, that's boring because they don't really want to learn it, or sometimes it really is boring, But sometimes you got to just take a different approach. And
Right, right.
and I think you're doing a great job with it. People are telling me about you, about your tutoring business.
Thanks.
So you felt like there was a need for it. And, because you have 32 kids in a class, you mentioned, right? And that's been a
Yeah.
problem over the years. How do you give that individualized attention to so many students? So that's a good thing.
When they have independent work time, I try to just, even if it's 5 minutes, or sometimes I'll set a scheduled day where I
Mhm.
have conferences with them. A lot of small groups. Even with 4 students in one group that I have, you still see the need of that one child who needs that
Mhm.
one-on-one attention and support.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just have to schedule the time.
Do you mentor in different languages? Because you said
No,
you got different people in your class.
yes, one year I had, I think it was the year that we went to COVID. I had an Arabic speaking student.
Yeah.
Thank goodness there were other children who spoke Arabic who supported me, but it was very hard. I had this past year in middle school different dialects of
Yeah.
Spanish, Bengali, another Arabic student as well, and Italian. But he also spoke English and Spanish a little bit, so he was able to kind of you know, work by himself for some points,
Yeah.
but it's challenging dealing with multiple languages at one
I
time.
can see your tutoring business growing because of that very situation. What does my classroom look like?
Hmm.
My classroom looks like it has different languages in there. I think your business is going to grow.
Thank you.
You
Yes, I
ready?
hope. Yes.
All right. So where do we go from here? What do you want people to know about that? You want parents to know about the business that you started?
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's called Vicky Smarts Tutoring, and I have a link tree as well. I'm
Mm.
still getting it up and running because it's hard to keep up with the clients that I have and, advertise and stuff like that. But I do have those things
Yeah.
available. I hope to in the future to have like a book club or test prep, getting them ready for the school year. So I hope to have classes like that during the year or in the
Yeah.
summer so
It's
parents can get the
and
tutoring
it's
they need.
probably kind of tough, right? Teaching and marking papers and everything, and then starting working your business on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
So where do people go? What's your main Instagram account?
It's Vicky Smarts Tutoring.
Mm-hmm. Vicky
And the
Smarts Tutoring.
yeah, Vicky, Vicky Smarts Tutoring.
Ah, I like that. I like that. That's catchy too. Vicky Smarts Tutoring. Yeah. Now you can go outside of the school. It's not just with the school, right? You can do other schools,
No,
just
so
freelance.
they don't. Yeah, they don't want you to kind of get your clients from the school buildings, but you can tutor children in New York City. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean, if they need your help, why not? Why not?
Right.
You know, you're in
It's the
business.
the legal system.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Policy and all of that stuff. All right. Well,
Mhm.
good luck in everything that you do, and good luck with the business too. And I know you're a good teacher. You know how to work with that classroom of 32 students. Woo! Good luck to you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. You as well. God
And
bless.
we're gonna continue to pray for you too.
Please, I need it.
Victoria Morris. She's an educator and she has a business. She's a tutor also, has a tutoring business. Thank you so much. Unfortunately,
Thank
that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank our guests for joining us and you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. And you can continue following BronxNet TV for continued coverage. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Join our hosts, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentine for all new episodes of Open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. We want to thank everybody in our control room. That's the Wizard of Oz studio up there. Everybody on the floor, our floor managers, everybody working the cameras. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. All right? But this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.